Hey everyone, welcome to Growing Craft, and before we start this tutorial, please do make sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you guys do not miss out any of our updates. Now coming back to this tutorial where you are going to learn so many interesting ideas on how to use your decoupage napkins, rice papers, doing a lot of stamping work, and of course playing around with a lot of different tips and tricks. Now, before we start this video, please do make sure that you check out our previous tutorials where we have so much different techniques to show you guys. Now, I had ordered this one from Amazon and I was so looking forward to work on this one. And I was super excited because I wanted a cutlery stand for my home and I wanted to add a lot of textures to it. And yes, you will be seeing that in this video. So this is quite a big one and a heavier one, which works out really well for me. And the size is approximately 20 centimeters by around 13-14 centimeters, and trust me, it looks so gorgeous. And I absolutely love the napkin holder portion here. I'm just showing you the measurements so that you know that with just one rice paper, what all you can do in one big size cutlery holder. You can just try out these techniques on any of the wooden or your metal or your any kind of base. This one had a lot of dust, so I had to do a dry brushing here, and this is a technique where you just clean up your surface before doing any of your decoupage and your mixed media art. And this is so important. You can see how much dust it was carrying. So before even prepping up your work, this is so important to clean up your base. Once I'm done with this, I am going to use my gesso to cover it up completely. And if you guys have not seen my video on why gesso is important, do check out my channel. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer a good 2 coat or 3 coat of gesso. I'll see how does it goes in this one, because with just 1 coat of gesso you can see the base color, and I don't want to see the base color right now. I want it completely pure white so that I can play around with my textures and even with my stencil work and even with my rice papers. So this is how it looks after my 2 coats of gesso, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. I haven't done the back side of it. I'll do it at the end so that it, whatever the paint or the texture it has to take, let it take, and then I'll do the final touch-up work. What is your technique? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys really use your gesso or not? I will be more than happy to know. Now I picked up this stencil and I'm going to use my texture paste work, and I wanted a lot of texture in this particular project. I love having textures around me, and this is something, one of a good way of adding a lot of drama to your dining tables. So here with the help of a palette knife, I'm going to add a good texture work around my base, and I'm going to cover it as much as I can. If you don't have a stencil, you can create your own stencils. If you still don't want to do that, you can just play around with your palette knife and create different textures, and it is super easy to use. So this texture paste is DIY, and if you want to know how did I do this, I'll share the link in the description box. You guys can check that. So now I'm going to cover the front with the complete texture and some patch texture work on the sides of this cutlery stand. We are going to let our texture paste dry, and here is something which is so gorgeous. It's the rice paper, and this is from ITD collection. I'll share the link of this also in the description box. And I'm going to do my brush water technique. Now, rice papers are absolutely gorgeous and I love them. And I have done so many projects with rice papers and they look so pretty. These are super easy to use. Here what I'm doing is my brush water technique, where you just have a round brush with a lot of water, just create a border around your design, and you have your beautiful pattern to just literally take it out from your sheet. Now in this way you can work out with any kind of designs, and you can literally pick any of the elements from your rice paper. And where to use it, I have done it on all the bases. Like if you see a tutorial video which is a glimpse there, I have used it on a ceramic pot and it turned out to be so pretty. I will share the link of this video tutorial also on the description link. Do check that. Now here I'll be repeating this process for the complete napkin and the rice paper sheet. Now it's time to finally stick my rice papers, and my texture paste has dried out completely. It's looking so pretty and so gorgeous. Now here I'm going to use my decoupage glue. You can even use your Mod Podge. You can always play around with these designs, like where do you want to overlap them, where do you want to have it. You can always check out the extra part which you don't want to highlight, and this way you can play around your rice papers. And here is a quick tip. What I do is I always keep on adding just small patches of my decoupage glue, and I stick my napkins or the rice paper in small patches, especially when I'm playing around with the cutouts. It really helps me a lot to make sure that I stick them really well. And especially on the texture work, it has to be sticked really nicely. The glue has to be spread out evenly on all the surfaces. I just kept my cutlery stand aside to let it dry for 2 hours. Here, meanwhile, what I did was I just did a little bit of cutting of my sandpaper. I'm going to use this to trim the edges of my decoupage base. And I took some hours of break so that I can let my napkins dry, my rice paper dry, and it's looking so gorgeous. Now here, with the help of a sandpaper, I'm going to trim anything extra. You can even use your filers or trimmer. It's absolutely fine. Just remove all the extra sheets of your rice papers and it will look so smooth. I'm already so much in love with this stand and it's looking so pretty, but I wanted something to be of a very subtle color. I didn't want it so much highlighted elements. So here what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to seal this up with a varnish. So whenever I do decoupage, I do a lot of sealing with my varnish, especially before the color blending technique. So here I'm going to make sure that I seal my rice paper and my texture area with my varnish really well. Now here the fun part begins. Once this is dried out completely, we are going to play around with the colors. So I'm going to use my chalk paints and I'm going to use my white color paint, and we are going to do a lot of color blending. But here with just a fingertip, I thought of adding some edging to my base, and here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight the corners of this cutlery stand, and this will make sure that the edges are smudging with my rice paper and even with my texture work. This is a very interesting part where I use my varnish and I add my glitter to it, and what I do is I mix it really well. So what happens is this is going to dilute your color, and just add a drop of acrylic paint. So as you could see that my rice paper had such bright colors, but I wanted something very subtle. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a coat of glitter, varnish and my acrylic color, and this will settle down the color. So this is a very interesting technique which I have done a lot many times for a lot of my projects, and if you don't want to highlight or anything which is too bright, you can always dilute that. Now here you can see in the video, the moment I start doing it on my rice paper, the colors are literally it's like it's getting opacity is changing and that's what I wanted in my project. I didn't want it too much highlighted and bright color. So this works out perfectly. Try this out and I'm sure you guys are going to love this technique. So this is done and you can see how it looks, and earlier how it looked were all the flowers were so prominent, so the colors were so popping out. I didn't wanted that, and this is working out so good for my interiors. Now here once this is done, I am going to use my massive stamp. I literally vouch for them. You can check them on our website at growingcraft.com. And here what I'm using is a permanent ink pad. I use them as a fillers and they look absolutely gorgeous. They cover up your empty spaces so well. The stamp that I'm using is a script stamp. It's a big size script, and this is going to highlight the sentiment, the text a little more. So once this is done, I'm going to seal it with my varnish. And yes, meanwhile, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, friends. And that will be a great help if you can also leave me a comment with your feedback. So here, just sealing everything up with the varnish, and I'm going to have at least 3 coats of varnish. Once this is done, it's so good to go, and it's going to be such an amazing decor piece for your home. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care and bye-bye.